that are going to start from 0 now. All of these scores have been awarded for preliminaries in this phase of competition. This is the highest point category in the Miss Gay America system. So it's very, very important. You cannot tip the contestants. I do want to make all of you aware of that. If you want to hand them some monetary prize afterward, please see them out in the audience or whatever if you'd like. And they would be most happy and gracious to receive that, I'm certain. I know we all did. The Valley. Should take government cheese or whatever. See, I get to come out here first, and I do this every year because I figure they're going to get me in the end. So I get my kicks in early. That's the way it goes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. When we begin, we are also going, when we present our talent phase of competition, between each talent there will be an onstage interview. Our judges will be scoring 2 categories simultaneously. The onstage interview is very important because it allows each individual to speak effectively on a microphone in front of an audience. What we'd like for you to do as an audience is work with us and let these individuals complete their biographies. There's going to be a question to follow. Just keep your roar down until they're completely finished so as you don't distract their train of thought. Because once the train tracks are broken, babies, sometimes it's over. Of course, my tracks have never been broken, have they? I want to know where Mac is. The floor needs to be swept. Yeah. Ooh. Can you all hear me? I thought so. We're going to begin our competition this evening with an onstage interview. Please meet and greet at this time. In the onstage interview phase of competition, she is currently reigning as Miss Gay, Part of America. She is contestant number 37, Kofi. Good evening, Kofi. How are you?
Just fine, Vicki. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. This is the portion of our show where you get to let the audience know a little bit about yourself. We'd like a brief biography, please, for the audience and the judges, and there will be a question to follow, okay? Good luck.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and judges. I am contestant number 37, Kofi. My given name is Terry Neighbors, and I am a 32-year-old Gemini. And as you can tell, I have 2 personalities. I was born in a small town in Louisiana called Leesville. As a matter of fact, the town was so small that when McDonald's came to town, we had a parade down Main Street. I can imagine what would happen if they'd open a Popeyes. At the age of 14, I moved to Houston, Texas, where I had my first encounter with the art of female impersonation at a place called the Kofi, where on that stage, I witnessed the talents combined together of Tasha Cole, Naomi Sims, Hot Chocolate, Donna Day, and Tiffany Jones. This is one of my great inspirations to do what I do today, the art of female impersonation. It was one of those shows where Chocolate came out and whipped her wig off. I stood up in the audience and screamed, "I've got to do that." Currently, I am attending the University of Houston, where I'm majoring in accounting to add to my business degree. And I'm also participating in the art of female impersonation as my career. My immediate goal is to become the next Miss Gay America, and my long-term goal is to own a successful CPA firm. Thank you.
Next phase of this competition, if you would please choose one envelope, I'll open it for you and read the question, and then you will answer. I hope this isn't fortune cookie paper like it was last year. It's a little better. This is your question, Kofi. Many of us say, if I had the chance to do it over, I would do it differently. You have been granted the wish of starting over or beginning life again. What would you do differently the second time around, and why? I'll read it again for you. Many of us say, if I had the chance to do it over, I would do it differently. You have been granted the wish of starting over, of beginning life again. What would you do differently the second time around, and why?
Thank you, Vicki. If I had the opportunity to begin life again, I would do life just the way I've done it this time. I would not change anything around because I believe that each one of us are born with a purpose. And if we change the directions of our life or have the opportunity, then we change our purpose. I think our purpose of being here is to help someone else in life and to help make a statement on this earth. Therefore, I'm happy with my life as a gay man, and I would leave it the way it is and live it all over again, just the way it is now. Thank you.
Number 37, Kofi.
At this time, I think our judges are ready yet. We are ready to move on. We have another onstage interview for you coming now. Ladies and gentlemen, meet and greet at this time. This is contestant number 41, Miss Gay Mid-Atlantic, Whitney Paige. Very well, thank you. This is the portion of our show where you get to let the audience know a little bit about yourself. We'd like a brief biography first, and there will be a question to follow. Okay? Good luck. So yes, Vicki? Yes. Very good, children.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished panel of judges. I'm contestant number 41, and my given name is Daryl Kendrick. But tonight you see before you Whitney Paige. I was born in a small town in Nashville, Tennessee called Clarksville, Tennessee. I'm the son of Mr. and Mrs. Robert Kendrick. I attended Austin Peay State University where I got my associate degree in music and theater. And then I moved to Dallas where I became live here on this stage as Whitney Paige. I now work at the Village Station. I have my own shows there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you can always come and see me perform at any place you like. My future goal is to be, as always, the best entertainer I can, go back and finish my education, and go on and become a superstar.
All right.
Thank you very much. What we want you to do now is please draw an envelope out of what's in my hand. I'll open it for you. Read it twice, and you'll please answer. Your question is, you are chosen to be the world's first gay astronaut. Your trip is to the first U.S. space station where you will stay for 1 year. Give me your thoughts. I'll read it again. Your question is, you are chosen to be the world's first gay astronaut. Your trip is to the first U.S. space station where you will stay for 1 year. Give me your thoughts. Good luck.
Well, on a gay note, first of all, I think I get my business taken care of, and that's why they have blow-up dolls. Okay? And then also just, I guess, read a good book, think a lot, and do the gay thing. The right hand. Okay? That is my thought.
Ladies and gentlemen and judges, a big round of applause. You ready, Miss Gay Mid-Atlantic? This is Whitney Paige. Thank you, Whitney. Ladies and gentlemen and judges, meet and greet at this time the current reigning Miss Gay Mid-America. She is number 42, Laken Edwards. Good evening, Laken. How are you?
Well, good. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks. Okay, just relax. This is real easy. What we'd like for you to do is give us a brief biography of yourself to the audience and the judges, and there will be a question to follow. Okay? Good luck.
Thank you, Vicki. Good evening, Dallas, and my distinguished panel of judges. My name is Jesse Marquez, and tonight I am bringing you the illusion of Laken Edwards. I was born and raised in Grand Prairie, Texas, where I graduated with honors from South Grand Prairie High School. I then went on to continue my education and received a BBA in marketing with the minor in communications from the University of Texas at Arlington. Upon graduation, I started my career as a department manager for women's apparel. I then chose to go over to men's apparel after doing women's apparel for a while. I decided to be a man, I guess, and not a woman, who knows? But it was just to get a little bit more experience on what the men like and not the women. Then, as far as female impersonation, I began Laken Edwards about 2.5 years ago, and since then, I've captured the titles of Miss Lone Star State, Miss Gay Twin Cities, I'm the current reigning Miss Gay Fort Worth, and the current reigning Miss Gay Mid-America, which is what brings me here tonight to take one more step down my career path as a female impersonator, and that is to be your Miss Gay America. Thank you.
First half over, second half coming. Please choose an envelope, please. Laken, this is your question. I'll read it twice for you, and then you'll have a chance to respond. What can we do as gay people to make this world a better place to live? What can we do as gay people to make this world a better place to live? Good luck.
Thank you. In my opinion, as gay people, one thing I can think that we can make this world a better place to live, and that is to set an example. We are judged as being discriminatory towards each other, and therefore we are looked down as minorities. Therefore, we must begin to treat each other as equals before everyone else will treat us as equals, and that's just, we need to set the example and show everyone else that we are just like them. Thank you.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll bring to the stage, for the on-stage interview, this is contestant number 47. She's Miss Gulf States of America, L'Oreal Chile. L'Oreal Chile, on-stage interview.
Good evening, L'Oreal. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm fine, except you're so tiny, you know. What we'd like for you to do at this time is give us a brief biography of yourself for the audience and our judges at home. There'll be a question to follow, okay? Good luck to you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, judges. Once again, for your consideration, I'm contestant number 47, L'Oreal Chile. A biography of myself would begin on November the 12th, 1965. My given name is Tracy Allen Milliken, born to the proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Talmadge Milliken. I've been a female impersonator for 7 years now, and throughout that time, I have found out that being a female impersonator gives me a chance to give something back to my community, the gay community. Thank you.
Thank you, L'Oreal. What I'd like for you to do now is choose one of the envelopes in my hand, please. You'll have that one. Whoever looked at these made a lot of noise. I'll read it twice for you, and you'll have an opportunity to respond. Being Miss Gay America is a job. Let's suppose your significant other says, "Give up drag or give me up." What would you say? This is your question. Being Miss Gay America is a job. Let's suppose your significant other says, "Give up drag or give me up." What would you say?
First of all, I know that that would never happen because my lover and I have been together for 9.5 years, and throughout that time, I have been a female impersonator for 7 years. So he supports me 100%, but if he